This was us last week.
Hell with the mature. Old school saving this joint around here, Val. These new school, they need to learn.
So I think people are going to learn from these three. TLC, Salt and Pepper with En Vogue.
Let me tell you something.
It's the iconic, the tour.
The iconic tour
with
Coach Tony. Because I'm pulling up on stage. I swear. I'm going to get kicked out somewhere. But I'm going to figure out a way. If I got to get some credentials from media and get back to, hey, girl, what's up? What's going on? Come in. Holler at your boy.
I'm going to need you to not get kicked out. I'm going to need you to not get kicked off the stage and then kicked out of the concert. I know. I need you to control yourself. It's gonna be all right. So TLC, who
Miss Left Eye, baby.
We definitely miss her, of course. And then of course we have who just got Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
This is Salt and Pepper, and they made up with Spinderella. I'm so happy.
I'm so glad. Val, let me tell you something. And Spinderella,
I'm a roll the credits. That was us last week. Oh boy. It's Interludes Extra presents Talk on Tuesdays. Welcome to another edition. We are here. Oh my gosh. And of course, we want to let you guys know about the book, A DJ Saved My Life. It is the memoir that talks about how becoming a DJ and I want to call it a virtual DJ and podcaster literally saved my life. Get your copy. Thank you so much, Mr. Springer. And you can scan the QR code right there. Oh, let me remove the comments. Scan the QR code right there or go to purelighthouse.media.com. There you go. I know it. Janelle, I don't know why you're laughing because I didn't have nothing to say at the point. I just want to kind of let you know there is a difference between the moods and the weeks. So yeah, there we go. Go to patreon.com if you want to see the behind the scenes that happen with us here in the building that is the Talk on Tuesdays. We have a lot of fun. We also have the Purple Robe Diaries. And of course, Coach is always trying to get me to change from that. If Coach was here, he's actually on his way in. It is his IG. Scan the QR code and follow him. We are streaming right there to IG. In fact, I always forget IG, and I have to make sure that I have to go over and say hello who's joining us live on IG. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you guys, which is always fun. And of course, myself, there's Interludes Extra, Interludes_podcast, and then there's Val the Voice Johnson. I've had that IG for a long time. Yeah, Janelle, I'm so grateful you saw what was happening because that's what I was doing. Oh my gosh. Coach Tony will be in the building in just a little bit. And of course, you go ahead and check out his show. It's Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And of course, we are here. You know what? I always want to start off with the fun stuff first. Did you know that today in 1986, this album was released? You guys know this album, right? Oh, come on. Who does not know who this is? Oh no, we don't want that side. We want this side. Yes, we want this side. Oh my goodness. So anyway, let me make sure I have this coming up. Here we go. Oh, yeah, add banner. So, Under the Cherry Moon was released today on March 31st, 1986, and today marks the 40th anniversary. Is that something yellow? Okay, anyway. And I didn't know this. This was the last album that Prince recorded with the Revolution. And of course, you guys remember the big hits from this one. Kiss. What was the other one? Mountains. And of course, it was the soundtrack to the movie. Oh my gosh. I always thought this was kind of fun. Yeah, Under the Cherry Moon, the name of the movie. So, yeah. Do you see records like this, ladies and gentlemen? No, you don't. Like this is inside of the record. That's why records are becoming popular again. That's what I'm saying. And look at how fresh that looks. I'm sorry. I'm not here to do records, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Coach loves records. He still DJs and he still uses wax. I've moved on to digital, but it is what it is. Can you all name a favorite track from this album? I'm just curious. Can anyone name a favorite from this album? Kiss was one of my favorites. There's Mountains. I love the extended version of it. And what was the other one that was on here that was really popular? Okay. Wait, you know what? I could just look at the record and see. And of course, let me see who I see. Megan is in the building. How are you? Good to see you. She says, I am here and present. So Mr. Springer says, hey, what's up? And Megan's here. Good to see you, of course. Okay. And then, yeah, record sleeves were awesome back in the day. I feel so sad for you young people you just stream it. You don't even touch it anymore. You just stream it and hear it. And then you're on to the next one. Spotify and Apple Music. Good gracious. What was it? Yeah, Mountains. Another Lover. Hole in Your Head. Yeah, that was another one of my favorites. And then, of course, Sometimes It Snows in April. You guys remember that? Oh, I used to love that song. Oh, my goodness. And yeah, New Position. Oh yeah, that was a fun song. Anyway, I just thought I would just yell that out and be like, I love that. All right. The other fun thing that I want to talk about is it's the last day. It's the last day of Women's History Month. Woo! Who are some of the women that's making history? I decided to just go with my favorite. I wanted to just go with a favorite of mine. It is Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen. I cannot say enough nice things about Debbie Allen and all the things that she's done for Women's History Month. As we wrap it up, Ava DuVernay was last week. I says we're gonna cover Debbie Allen, and I was like, yes, this is what's up. What's going on with her? Because she does so much. August Wilson's Joe Turner, Come and Gone. It is directed by Debbie Allen. It is being released on Broadway. Previews, I think, are happening this week. They just did a whole big interview with the cast. That's Taraji P. Henson and Cedric Entertainer. The Neighborhood is done, so he's able to spend time on Broadway. And I am trying to find my way to New York so I could see this in person. I'd love to see. And I've seen August Wilson's Joe Turner, Come and Gone probably twice here in Chicago when I was younger. So that's the current cast, and they're all surrounding Debbie Allen, and she's directing this. And so many things she's done. She's opened a dance school with her name. She does the chocolate nutcracker. It's a laundry list of things she's produced and directed. So we're not going to get into all of that. I decided just to highlight what she's doing now, because she's been active since we saw her walk across and said, "You want fame? Well, fame costs. And right now is where you're going to start paying for it." Whoo, those words are going to ring true a little bit later. Whoo, whoo. Ooh, that tastes good. Right. So it is coming to Broadway, and that's Debbie and Taraji. And so I just wanted to just highlight Debbie Allen and Women's History Month. She's always making history. And so that's just a fun time. Now, I was waiting for Coach to get here, but I think it's just time to go in. It's time to go in. Oh my gosh. So at the very beginning, at the top of the show, I went ahead and showed you guys let's see, is this the right one? Nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I got to get my graphics. Okay, there we go. Make sure I got my graphics together. So the top of the hour, I showed video of myself and Coach Tony. We have been promoting the tour. TLC, Salt and Pepper, In Vogue. It's called Iconic. We had a blast last week talking about this last week. And I think Tony, in his clip a little bit later, he says that that old school music is saving. And when I say saving, it's saving R&B and hip hop. And I said, okay, Coach, that sounds like that could be right. Of course. Boy. So all this happened last week. All of this happened last week. It right there pictured is T-Boz, Chilli, Salt. I think that's Spinderella. No, that's Pepper. That's Spinderella. And then from In Vogue, that's Terry, Cindy. Yes, Terry, Cindy, and Maxine. They did a press conference. It was a whole thing. And myself and Coach, we were like, this is exciting. They're gonna do this concert, and it's gonna be phenomenal. Oh boy. So who do I start with first? Because I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Now, as I tell people, I don't like to do politics. I shrink away from it. And since I've been doing this show live since 2021, entertainment has been a safe space for myself, for my former co-host, although he loved going into politics. And then, of course, for Tony, he loves basketball. He is so into the NCAA tournaments right now. I was like, can we talk about this for one day? And then we'll go back to your basketball. He's all into it. So I said, Coach, should we talk about this? He was like, yeah, because we just bigged them up last week. I said, okay. So I think I want to do this because I started to see, I think it was Friday, I started to see some things that came out online, mainly on Instagram. It seems like everything is happening online, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's like a whole ministry. And I think Chilli, she has over 1 million followers on any various of her things. I haven't been paying attention to the political thoughts and realms of entertainers. I don't do that because I'm thinking if I'm talking about you in this space, I'm going to be promoting what you're doing, or I'm going to be talking about, oh, my favorite song from TLC is this, or my favorite movie that Nick Cannon was in was this. I want to stay in that lane. I don't want to cross over into the lane of having to check you, but you know what? I don't have to do that. There's too many other brilliant minds who are able to do so. So let me see if I can bring her up, because I want to make sure. Because when I saw her apology, I was thinking, wait a minute, what are you apologizing for? And she's known under Instagram, she's known as the real Chilli. And let me do this. I'll share this. This was posted on Instagram about 2 days ago. And this is what she says. I want to be clear. I am not MAGA. I do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. I made a mistake. Too many make. I did not read the fine print. I thought I was supporting causes against human trafficking and for veterans, two things I care deeply about, as my dad is a veteran and everyone knows I love children. I've learned a valuable lesson, and I ask grace as I navigate this. Love, Chilli. And now she released this statement, and then she did a video. I think, do I have this video? I think that's right next door here. Yeah, here we go.
I wanted to come on here to address a few things that's circulating on the internet that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course, hey guys, I wanted to come on here to address.
So that's a little bit of what she had to say. And I'm listening and I'm going, okay. She's apologizing for this because they're about to go on tour. The ticket sales are getting ready to go, right? And there was a few people that I know that got their tickets. I was like, okay, yeah. Last week, myself and Coach Tony was talking about jumping on stage. Like, I can't wait to get on stage. I'm like, really? We doing that, dude? And then at the same time, there was I got to do both, and then I gotta go back and talk about it with that. So she posted a post about Michelle Obama. She was apologizing for this. And the post was very derogatory and said that Michelle Obama is trans or something crazy like that. And she apologized for it. And I was like, okay. According to several sources, she follows a lot of people that are in the MAGA world. Like News Corps. Let me make sure that I get them all right. And, oh, here we go. According to The Hill. And she said she made a mistake with the donations. And the name of it says the Federal Election Commission. This is the records. It says it shows that she gave under her name Rozonda Thomas, and it was a Republican campaign organization. Then one was to the Trump National Committee. Another one was called Never Surrender. which also has links to Trump. And this was according to the Independent. And then also, she, she, as you saw on her Instagram, she says, I'm not MAGA. And so, she said these things, and calling the online chatter very concerning. She says, I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that's disrespectful to her or any woman. I would never do that. We're in Women's History Month. Just want to remind you of that too. And she said, I went immediately to my page. This is what I didn't get a chance to play. I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Thomas continued. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see all of these buttons are very close to each other, and clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. Okay. Now I'm going to address Chilli. Now we're 2 months apart in age. She just turned double nickels last month, and I'm going to do that next month. And I've been following their career as TLC for the entirety of her career. I've purchased just about all of the CDs. Went to a few of the concerts in the 90s when I was in college. Huge fan. This is my thought on this. If you are a Black Republican and you support MAGA, woman up, man up, and claim it. There are a lot of Black Republicans who are supporters of the other side. It's just that simple. And in fact, there was a friend of mine. I was close to him when I lived in Brooklyn, and I think he trusted me with this. This was the first time around. He says, I voted for Trump. And I said, you did? Okay, let me not get emotional. You talk to me and let me know why did you do so? And he went through his reasons. I let him talk. And I nodded, and I was like, okay. I think the reason why it's so contentious, it's because of what's happening on a daily basis in this administration. It's very discerning. And now I'm just discovering that there's a difference between people who support MAGA and just straight Republicans. Like there's like a break. So it's like, oh boy. I'm not here to talk about the politics of which party you're a part of, but Chilli, you're walking like a duck, you're quacking like a duck, you're looking like a duck of a Black Republican right now. You could just own up to it and say, I'm Republican. Now, if you're saying that, if you're walking this back because you feel like it's going to affect the bag, and I feel like T-Boz is somewhere going, girl, why didn't you check? And then there was a post she did earlier in her timeline where she said people were going, Black Lives Matter. She said all lives matter. True statement. At the time, there were a lot of Black lives that were being lost behind young men and women who were getting killed. Anyway, if you were interested in the concert, and I need to hear this from the audience. If you were interested in going to the concert, the TLC, the In Vogue, and the Salt and Pepper concert, because of what has recently happened with Chilli, are you still interested in going to the concert? That would be good to know. And I see there's a lot of you watching right now, so you guys are a little quiet. At the very beginning, Janelle was like, "Okay, what's happening?" She's laughing at me, and I was like, "Girl, I'm sitting up here sipping on this tea, trying to figure out what happened." So, what are your thoughts on that? Because I'm hurt. The donations is what is most discerning. It wasn't a lot of money. I think here, according to the Independent, it was, when you calculated it all, was just under $1,000. But here's the thing: there's a lot of corporations and non-for-profit organizations that support MAGA or support the Republican Party. But it's up to us as constituents, as people that vote. You vote with your dollars. You got to know. You got to know who and what you're supporting. And if you are okay with supporting that, that's on you. That is all on you. Oh boy. Well, I don't know. Was I planning on going to the concert? I was looking at dates. I was looking at when they're going to be here in Chicago. I was looking at when they were going to be in New York. I don't know if I'm going now, because this is weirded me out. And I think what I'm most upset about is I feel like she's not being honest, because there's a lot of things she's been hiding in plain sight with her political opinions. Now, here's the thing. As an entertainer, you can vote and do whatever you want to do behind closed doors. But we, as the audience, we're your employers. That's crazy. I heard someone say that. We're your employers. We vote with going to see you. And if we don't like who you support or what you do, how you vote, how you put your money with what campaign, we have the right to back away and go, nope, we're not being bothered. We can vote by not going to your concerts, buying your records, all of that stuff, And I kind of feel like this was a gut punch. And here's the thing: who is the person that dug up all of the receipts of her donating? And why did this happen just after they had this whole big celebratory, we're going on tour? Because that didn't happen with New Edition when they were, promoting their concert. I didn't hear about their political affiliations and who they're voted for. Brandy and Monica, I didn't hear about them, on and on. All of these concerts that myself and Coach Tony have been promoting on this show, we've been just cheering people on because that's what we do here. But okay, now I got to go to the one that's really disturbing me. And when I say disturbing, I mean, I can't believe he said it. That's kind of how I am right now. I'm like, I can't believe he said it. I've been a fan of Nick Cannon for a long minute. It started to wane when I started to see what was going on in his personal life, and I was like, wait, there's an age difference. Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let that go. Talented person, talented actor. I'm still remembering Love Don't Cost a Dang Thing, but that came out 20 years ago. He is, 50 tats later and a lot of children later. He has changed. And here's the thing. Does anyone expect to stay the same? No, we do not. No one expects to stay the same. So as I check this out here, this was the comment that pretty much got him in trouble. Let me bring this up here, because I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Now, there's Nick. All right. And he was interviewing Amber Rose on his show, Nick Cannon Drive. He's got several YouTube channels, so he's all over the place doing his thing. And he says Nick Cannon dubs the Democrats as the party of the KKK while revealing MAGA pivot. You know, I mess with Trump. Really? When did that happen? And I see Janelle, she says, I think he changed after Mariah and he broke up. Tony.
You didn't want me to answer that question. Because I'm gonna give them, y'all know I'm acting a fool, so I'm gonna give them the ODB answer. Me and Mariah go back like baby and pacifiers. That's why she had to break up on it. She knew he was crazy back then. She's like, shit, let me get up out of here. He looked like he gonna support somebody in the future that I don't like. That's crazy.
I don't know. So here's the thing. Tony.
Atheists praying for him.
Yeah, I know. So I was looking at this. I gotta bring up Roland Martin. But
the family.
There's a lot of people that are Republican, and the one little fact they get a little wrong is about the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, and what they do and how it intersects. Like when things started to go in different directions. And it's horrible that both parties at one point have had extreme issues with helping people of color advance in this country. And I'm talking as far back as slavery, as far back as Juneteenth, as far back as all of that. And so this is something that a lot of people don't know, Tony. That interview that he did with Amber Rose, that was on his platform. In fact, let me bring it up. This is it's called Nick Cannon's Big Drive. Let me bring it up here. And I went to look for the interview, Coach, and I can't find it. It's gone.
Because in the words
gone?
In the words of Fred Sanford, you big dummy. That's why. And to make a comment to extend on what you were saying a moment ago, even when African Americans did make an effort to strive, then we still get knocked down or turned around or whatever. What makes me mad about both parties is that when there's issues going on, they want to quick to blame the other side. Just get the job done. That's the one thing I like about Obama. Talk about him, don't like him, whatever the hell you know. But when Obama was in office, I love his question when he talked to the staff. Do not bring me any additional problems. Bring me solutions, and then we can discuss the problem. I mean, that's a different way to look at it. If every week that I saw you, Val, and I had a problem, you'd be like, all right, I recognize that you got a problem, Tony. I tell you what you want to do about it? What's the answer? What's the solution? Because obviously you got a problem every week that I don't even know that there's a problem. So, but the people we got right now, and I like what you just said a moment ago, setback, we're going way back. There ain't gonna be no setback. It's going way back. It's gonna take multiple presidents in the next few to unravel the things that are going on right now. And this is what they wanted. It's what the far right wanted. I get it.
Yeah. And so let me direct this conversation, because I need everyone, if you're into it, to check out Roland Martin. He has created his own network. He streams it seems like he streams 24 hours a day. But this is what he had to say about what Nick Cannon said about the KKK. It's just a snippet. He just released this, but he did a whole hour-long show on this. I gotta play this.
The problem is when you throw out the Democrats created the KKK. What's the context? The Southern Democrats did. If you're gonna mention that, you better mention the Lily White movement and the Republicans. If you're gonna mention that, you better mention the Redeemers. If you're gonna mention that, you better mention the John Birch Society. If you're gonna mention that, you better mention the Tea Party. You better mention Turning Point USA. See, we can sit here and play this game all day, but see, what I'm not gonna do, as somebody who actually can read, who actually understands context and nuance, what I'm not going to do are listen to celebrities who have no depth, no knowledge, no understanding, and who are he-hen and kikiing and he-hawing. You will never, when somebody, and I'll be happy to ask Nick Cannon, Nick, when you say I stand with Trump, by all means, tell us how. The problem is when you.
He hasn't told anyone how he messes with Trump, because he took he took down the interview he did with Amber Rose, and I actually watched a little bit of it. And they're in this car, and it's like he's having a conversation with people in his car, and he's driving around doing that. And then I'm going, well, why would he say that? And it was like he was saying it in casual. It was like he was cracking a joke. He says, well, Trump has done something where he's raised the price for people. It's like being in the club. You got to, he's raised the price of $5 million for you to get into the country. So I F with Trump. And I was like, is this a joke? Is he for real? And then I was like, okay, Coach, what do you think?
I think he better make sure that he got all them babies paid up. That's what I'm thinking. Got to make sure that everybody get a piece since he helped with Trump like that. He had to make sure all them kids get their shit in order and everybody's good. The thing is this. The Trump situation in terms of letting people in and out of this country, it is based on merit and based on if he likes you or not. If it's going to benefit him in his pocket and benefit him in his party, oh yeah, you can come in. I don't give a damn if you lived on the moon for 25 years and then decide to move to Jupiter. If you got what it takes, boom. Do you not remember back about 6 or 7 months ago, you and I were talking around the election, we were talking about that Trump gold card or whatever it was. You can get the gold card. Yeah, spend it if you want to come. You ain't got to worry about it. Now think about it. He said at that time, you don't have to go through no tests. You ain't got to do no exam, no mental evaluation. If you drop $5 million, get the gold card, you come whenever you want. The Saudis, the Iranians, people over there, $5 million oil money, that's a drop in the bucket to come over here and destroy your country. So I think what happens is sometimes when you get people like a Nick Cannon, T-Boz, I think sometimes they're not
T-Boz, Chilli.
Yes, they're not screaming for attention, but I think what happens is even Nicki Minaj, they get caught in the moment. And when you get caught in the moment, Val, you know how that is. Sometimes you get caught your pants down, you're like, oh, damn. They saw me. Now you're trying to figure out how to get, now your mind's trying to race and trying to figure out how to rewind the story so you can get out of it, back out of it, right? And I think that's what happened. And I think when these people and these stars, especially the African-American Black stars, they say these things, they don't already think about the repercussions like Roland Martin said. Nick says, the Democrats started the KKK, but without doing his homework, he never mentioned all those other parties that Roland Martin just mentioned, right? Nicki Minaj started talking all this crazy crap about this and that, and because she's hating, my girl Cardi B, who's balling right now, So I'm gonna go ahead and knock her record sales down. And of course, your man come on talking about, oh, she's the greatest artist of all time. That's African American. You don't even listen to black music. What the hell are you talking about? So I think that sometimes as the stars or our stars, Val, we get caught in the moment. And I think when sometimes we get caught in the moment, I think with that microphone in your mouth, like, hey, Val, you want some ice cream? And then without you saying what flavor, what kind of ice cream you talking about, I said, sure, yeah, I want some ice cream. And all of a sudden, somebody took that as a meme, got you on the internet saying Val wants ice cream and didn't know ice cream in the young slang term means something totally different. Don't mean ice cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I was saying this earlier about Chilli, and I read her statement that she put on her Instagram, but it's like, if you are a black Republican, just own it. Come out and say this is what you are. And I think the reason why, like, Nick Cannon took the interview down with him and Amber Rose, he took it down. It is not on his YouTube anymore.
Tim Scott standing
right, and then you have a Chilli who is apologizing, saying, I'm not MAGA. But then she's following MAGA influencers. So it's like, well, why?
Girl, you're messing with my damn money. I don't give a damn what you're doing over there. Don't mess with my concert. Come on now, Val. Your boy Ricky Smiley was all over this today. Now you say what you got to say, right? But now you mess with In Vogue's money. Now you mess with Salt and Pepper's money, because them ticket sales ain't about to be what you thought they were because of one little slip up. And now all of a sudden, I don't know what Val got going on, what kind of bills she paid that she out on this road doing this new tour with me.
And here's the thing. This is one of the reasons why myself and you, I did this. I opened our show with us talking about the concert from last week. And I said that we were celebrating the fact that now we have another 3 Supergirl groups coming together and going on tour. Isn't this wonderful? And then we were thinking they're probably doing this because, do they own their masters? I know Salt and Pepper don't. They're currently fighting, trying to get it away from Universal Music. I don't know about In Vogue. They probably don't. But a lot of singers and entertainers, especially people that have recorded these hits, they don't own their masters. And the people who own their masters, you make your money when you go on tour, when you go out there. And if you are supporting a party that is trying to decimate African Americans in this country,
right? And
we are the people that have been supporting you since before he thought about becoming whatever he was running for. I'm going to be thinking twice. I'm going to be thinking twice about if I watch Wildin Out again. Probably not going to watch it anymore. In fact, I know I'm not. I'm going to be thinking twice and messing up the money and saying, I don't want to go see you in concert because I don't care. Oh, the button was too close and I reposted this and I did. Your explanation is not making sense. And then your receipts are dating back to years ago now. And I'm like, baby, you should know better because we all the same age. We all women a particular age. You should know better, baby. If you're going to be Black Republican, be like Amber Rose. She was very bold. I love Trump. I think he's the best. And I'm just thinking to myself.
Until she got pushed off the side of the mountain.
So here's the thing. You can support whoever you want to support. But here's the thing. Stand up to that. Man up, woman up, and say this is what I support.
Stand on your square. I'm from Chicago, baby. Stand on your square. Stand on your square, man.
So
what Ludacris said in one of his songs, stand up. When I move, you move. It's just like that. Man. The crazy part of this, these people, as you just mentioned a moment ago, it's so funny because I remember during the election, you and I were talking about this, and we talked about the massive Black male men that was moving to the right, voting for Trump, probably put him in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And their rationale was they baby mama. Some of them was talking, oh man, I was on child support. He gonna get me out of this. You know, he threw an extra check. So you got bought out for $3,500 to $5,000.
Right.
And they didn't see another check since he's been in office. Has he sent any more checks out yet?
No, he has not. No, he has not. And like I said, I think it's very disturbing that you are appearing as a Republican, and on top of that, you are supporting Trump, which I have major issues. Now, there are other people that love TLC, that love Nick Cannon, love what they do, and they can separate the artists from what they support. But like I said, Chilli has come out clearly and stated that she's not a MAGA supporter, and she says that she thought she was donating to veterans funds, but she stated that all lives matter and she's Black, and the math ain't mathing, Tony. And I'm shrugging my shoulders and I'm looking at her cross-eyed right now. I'm sorry, I'm looking at you cross-eyed right now. What you doing?
Hey, that's why Mariah Carey had to be out. This is some crazy shit. One, I know.
Hey, what is Dave saying? No stimmies next?
Next. Hey, you ain't getting no stimmies again, Dave, because you didn't even do what you supposed to do with the first one. You know you're supposed to sign up for some illegal companies. You had 3 or 4 illegal companies that you didn't even have. Get some stimmies, man. As they say, we're doing it.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on with that. But I'm, like I said, so with Chilli, I think this is going to hurt the tour. I hate to say this, Coach. This is going to hurt the tour. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the ticket sales. It's going to. I hate this because we literally were just promoting this last week. We were just promoting this last week.
Let me tell you something. Now, I'm going to say 2 things. It will depend on the location. For example, the New Edition and the We the Ones concert was downtown Nashville.
Okay.
Very mixed population of everybody. Okay. White, Hispanics, all that, because you're downtown Nashville, like downtown Chicago. The concert that the girls are going to have here in August is 45 minutes roughly south of Nashville, in between Nashville and Alabama, Huntsville to be exact. So in Nashville, which they're calling that's the concert, but it won't be, it being South Franklin. Okay. That concert may be packed, but it won't be us. It's going to be the people that like their music, and then depending on the movement. But in terms of from us in the ticket sales, I've already got people talking about some shit. I wasn't even going to go anyway. Anybody drive no 50 minutes to go down there and see them way down south like that. So it's going to be very difficult. And I was only speaking in the Nashville market. Now, in other markets, when they come, I don't know where they're performing at. But here, Val, they're performing in between Huntsville, Alabama, and Nashville. It's going to be difficult to draw a crowd.
Okay.
And it's an outdoor venue here.
I feel like if they, now I think they're going to be coming here, and I know they're going to be going to New York and other larger cities. I feel like they're not going to have any issues. Right. So they're not going to have any issues with larger cities, because I feel like that's going to be the thing. But I think the ones that are more nuanced, that's a smaller audience, I think that's going to be, that's where the issue is going to come. And you just said it, that people don't want to drive 45 minutes south away from the city of Nashville to do this. But this saddens me, Coach. It really does.
Here's a question for you, Val. Here's a question.
I'm afraid. What is it?
I can get down about Nick Cannon. But the question for you on the TLC situation is how can she bounce back? Can she, as they always say, can she make a wrong a right before the concert? Because, you know, we forgiving people. Oh, baby, I know you didn't mean to say it, baby. Come on here, let me make you some pancakes. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to hug and kiss, and we're going to leave this house, and everybody, let's pray first. Let's pray. We that type of folks. But the other type of people on the other side, they're like, see, man, get up out of here. Nobody care about what you're talking about. So can she come back from this is the question, Val. And if so, how can she make a wrong or right before they jump the tour off? Because this ain't just her money, right?
Right, exactly.
She messed with my pockets.
In Vogue, yeah. All of those people in Vogue,
you know, and you know, Salt
and Pepper at Spinderella.
I need this money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh my gosh. So I don't know. I feel like it depends on what she says and what she posts, because people are going to they're monitoring her. They're monitoring what she puts out. They're monitoring what she says. They're monitoring how she responds. I don't know if I know she'll probably get interviewed. So she'll probably reach out to her publicist, and the publicist will probably recommend, let's get you on the Today Show, Good Morning America, CBS Mornings.
Get you with Gail.
Get you with Gail. Oh yes, Gail. Gail will work.
Yeah, you get with Gail. Hey Gail, we talked to you tonight, Gail. Okay, go save our baby. Go save her.
You didn't say go save my baby.
Like MJG said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Can't save her. I don't even want to do it. Man. I don't know about that song. Y'all youngsters don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that MJG.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get this link that was shared with me. And that's the wrong one. Someone did this on TikTok, and I was like, this is, and then we'll move on, because this will be the last thing. I just sent it to you, but I'm trying to bring it up right here. Huh?
So that's a new TikTok with all the new rules.
I know. It definitely has all of this, but we want what's best, and we want to make sure that the power of your dollar is very, very powerful, and how you use it. And I was saying it earlier, that we are the employers of the folks that tour, the folks that record music, the folks that do artistry. We're the ones that stream your content. We stream your music. We purchase the records if we're still doing DJ. We recommend and say, of course, go see them in concert, because I saw them and they were great. And concert tickets are not cheap.
Hell no, they ain't cheap. What? Concert tickets are going up just like gas.
Exactly. Concert tickets are not cheap. So you have to think about it. Yes.
Concert, and you get up in a concert, you got to drink some liquor. You got to get something to drink. You got to grab something to eat. Shit, whatever the concert ticket that you bought, you're going to add another $100 just to feed yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. So I feel like this is, I'm shaking my head over here, and I see, okay, Nick Cannon, like his former show, is Wildin' Out. I cannot agree with you more, Mr. Springer. Kevin just said it. He just said it. So I feel like that's probably the best thing that's happening with that. I think I'm going to bring this up. I am going to bring up this video, and then I'm going to call it a night. Someone did this on TikTok, and I was like, yo, that is crazy. Let me bring it up here, Coach. But let me stop talking. How was your weekend? Because you just got here not too long ago, but how was your weekend?
My week has been crazy. I'm working on floors. I'm on the side. Coach be working on these houses. I got up into that. But I'm working on a 2,000 square foot home, Val. I want to show you some pictures. We sanding the whole thing and about to restain and refinish. And man, it's gonna be nice. But right here, the man right here. That's my line. They going to the Final Four, baby. I had to put that. I got my new hat. Came in the mail, Val, right here. See that new hat?
Oh, nice. Okay, I see it.
Get on that bird Thursday, head west, as they said back in the day. Go west, young man. Go west. Going to the Final Four to support these women, because all 4 number 1 seeds. So the best of the best is about to be in Phoenix the rest of the week.
Wow. And who won last night? Remember you were telling me
South Carolina won last night, and they got it, and they moved on. And UConn, Texas, and UCLA, all number 1 seeds. So Texas won in a blowout. South Carolina won. So you got 2 SEC teams. You got a Big East in UConn, and you got the Big Ten representative in UCLA. Going to be a good one. Of course, obviously, my heart is like when Coach Richardson came on. My heart always lies with Dawn Staley, the GOAT. I'm hoping she go ahead and kick the dough down and bring another trophy to South Kakalaka. But if she can't do it, I'm hoping that my girl from the Big Ten go ahead and take it, and Lauren Betts and Kiki Rice, and go ahead and get another ring and grab that first ring ever for UCLA women's basketball, which is phenomenal to think all these years. But you got to think back when they were kind of decent. There was a little bit of somebody called Cheryl Miller that was out there killing them. That's why they didn't do it. So I'm waiting on a good time, Val, but the parties and the fun, and just to get out there and kick it with my brother for about 5 days. I'm just hoping that with the airlines, everything goes smoothly. That's my biggest thing. I'm not worried about when I get there and do some things, because I got some coaches that I know that's already reached out to me, and and looking forward to sitting down and having some good conversations with me. And I'm about to record a couple of conversations for the podcast. I'm like, look, get on the show.
Yeah, and I had this all queued up for you when a little bit earlier, but on last night you had Coach Special Jennings on. Yay!
And I just, she think I was joking when I told her, but huge mentor. And the crazy part about it is, we go back, man. Me and her go back over a decade. I mean, just talking, and what I'm so proud of Coach is that I actually have known her and watched her entire journey. I watched her going to her first job, the high school job, getting into the college job, now winning a conference championship. Man, the sky's the limit, and, I had a couple of my partners that reached out to me, and they loved her responses to today's kids, Val. And she said, hey, I respect when Carolyn was on your show and what she talked about with her coach. And that's what did it. That was them. But I'm different. If you can put the ball in the basket, dribble the basketball, pass it, and play defense, I may want to talk to you. So I'm like, man, it's to make all these kids really proud. And she's doing it at an elite level. That's what I like. She's as simple as can be, but doing it at an elite level. And, and ask Tatum, her freshman, who's freshman of the year.
What? Yeah, congratulations. That is major. And like I said, she's a returning guest, and I was happy to share that she is she's a champion. So like I said, congratulations. And like I said, that was a really good show, Coach. And if you guys want to check it out, Coach Tony, it's a Pull Up podcast show. Let me keep it moving.
Yeah, Val.
Right. Let me keep it moving. Do you still read Ebony Magazine? You know it's still around, right?
Yeah, I still read Ebony. Oh man, I got to shout out real quick, Coach Bagley. What's going on? Hey, Coach, you missed Special Jennings on the show last night, but let's check out. Let me know if you're gonna be in Phoenix, because we need to connect. So please, if not, just send me a message.
So the Ebony has the top 25 content creators, And I sent you that article a little bit
I didn't
earlier.
see
And
that
one of
article.
you didn't see the article?
No.
Okay. Well, this is the article right here. So I'm just going to run through it real quick. So this is the top 25 content creators redefining media. And so Emmanuel, I am not going to butcher his last name, but I was really impressed. I was really impressed with this article. And also, I'm very impressed with Vince Messina. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Vince Messina, yes.
Yes. I mean, he has kind of redefined my love for oranges and tangerines. He'll talk about something real controversial and make you laugh. Now he's a rap artist, and I can't pigeonhole him and just say he's a rap artist. I can't just do that. Like he's a thinker. He's from Chicago, from the South Side. He's got it tatted right across his neck. South Side. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, we do. I'm glad I want to see this article because this is a big help and big push in the right direction for Tony Tom, my son. Little Tom just graduated with a content creative design degree and been struggling. I was looking at the news today. 6% of the new grads, Val, are still struggling to get employment. So,
exactly.
Big part enough.
Right, exactly. And so he has amassed roughly 2 million followers on Instagram and nearly 4 million across all socials. Every time he drops a video, I'm like, oh, what are you talking about now? What is he? He's walking. He snatches an orange off a tree and he starts dropping gems. And I'm like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Snatching oranges off the damn tree. I ain't got no oranges in my tree around here. I can't snatch no oranges. I can't even snatch apples.
Which means he's not in the Chi. He is not in Chicago right now. He is not in Chicago.
It sounds like he's West young man. Or that's me.
And the other two people I wanted to mention that's on this list, and I'm going to zoom past him, is Shawn Stockman.
You
recognize him. Let me. Oh gosh, I gotta
go to the end of the road.
Exactly. He oh good Lord. He has his show called the On That Note, and I've had a blast watching some of his interviews. He's done a couple of interviews with who is this? Sheila E., Paul Abdul, and recently he has had Ralph Tresvant on his show.
Of course,
so they're on tour. Obviously, they're on tour together right now, so that makes sense.
I hollered him about that. Now, I sent Mariah Carey an Instagram. I'm just waiting for her to reply. That's all I am. Just waiting.
You're waiting for Mariah Carey to reply to your Instagram?
Yeah, I told her, I said, look, Mariah, I'm trying to get the gram up. Just holler at your boy.
All right. And have you heard of Josh Johnson?
No. Update me on Josh Johnson. You got to know who he is.
Okay, so Josh Johnson, he is a comedian. He has a reoccurring role on The Daily Show. That's him right there. Yeah, that's him right there. His comedy, it's political, but it's funny and true, and it's scary. And when I say scary, you're like, wow, I didn't think about it like that.
Good. That's good because if he's on the Daily Show, he get a chance to push that note. Unlike you, boy, did you see that they just took Jimmy Kimmel and canceling his show for the next week because of some things he said again?
Okay, that's something I need to check out. But before I like how you jump into another conversation, so I gotta jump with you.
I'm just throwing with you. I'm right
here.
No,
that's fine. Because I'll jump with you. I'll put this article in the chat for you guys to check out. I think the last person I wanted to mention was Gracie's. What was that?
What about the young African American females?
Gracie's Corner. I wanted to talk about them, and I'm looking. Oh, I'm so sorry. Taylor Cassidy. She is a breakthrough and she's built 2.2 million on her TikTok.
Oof.
And what does she do? She does fast Black history videos. And so that's her. She looks like somebody's beautiful daughter, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, she is.
Exactly. So let's get to this real quick. You said Jimmy Kimmel his show is off the air. What happened?
Said, about his boy, you don't talk about 47 like that. 45, 47. So you got to put him in the numbers. But yeah, so he's you'll be watching rerun for Kimmel for the next week until they get through the little situation that happened. So
okay, he was suspended, but that I'm getting something that happened back last year.
It just happened.
It just happened.
It was on the news this morning.
Okay, what news was this? Was this CBS Morning? What was it on?
You watch CBS.
Okay, 15 hours ago. Oh, here we go. ABC makes a disappointing announcement about Jimmy Kimmel Live. All right, let me bring this up. I just had to triple check it because
come on, don't be triple checking, man. I told you about all that.
I got the triple check. I got the triple check.
I'm giving you the business.
Okay, here we go. Fans tuning into ABC this week with hopes of hearing Jimmy Kimmel are in for an unwelcome surprise. The network announced its schedule for the week. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel goes dark with no new episodes scheduled from. Okay, while it may come as a surprise to viewers, this kind of spring. Oh no, this is normal. This is Passover.
Hey, it don't make. That's what they doing. They passing over. We're gonna pass over you on Passover. That's what it can be.
It is Holy Week, Tony. That's
we're gonna do. We're gonna do all that. We're gonna pour some water on his head.
Oh, I thought
Passover.
No.
I'm telling you,
they're gonna be showing reruns. It's I thought they had totally taken him off the air. This is totally
no.
different.
I didn't say that took him. I said it took him off for a week. Don't worry about it.
Holy Week.
Ain't nobody talking about
it was Palm Sunday on Sunday, and it's Resurrection Sunday, Easter this coming Sunday. So it's the Holy Week.
He's gonna get hit with that palm, and he's gonna be resurrected the next week after he come back.
I cannot with you. I cannot. This was I cannot with you. Okay, let me show you this video. And then I'm done. I gotta show you this video. So who did this? Somebody out of Atlanta. What is the Anthony Anton out of Atlanta. He put this together and I hollered. One of my friends sent this to me. You gonna laugh. All right, let me bring it to the beginning. Here we go. Unmuted. Here we go.
Bow your heads in prayer. Lord, we had a good run with our dear sister Chilli, but the time has come.
This girl is a girl who donates to Trump, also known as a buster. Although it was only chump change, should have just sat on your broadcast. So, no, I ain't going to this concert. No, I won't support my own oppression. No, I don't believe it was accident. No, your repost of Michelle Obama. No, I don't want no scrubs. Chilli is gone. She will get no love from me. Supporting that horrible man, the epitome of fake Christianity. No, I don't want no scrub. Chilli is another that gets no love from me. Nick Cannon is so can't get some too. Can't trust these negligent, stupid celebrities. No, I don't want no scrub. Chilli.
So he just, I don't know. He got like a whole AI situation. And he got like a gospel concert behind it. I'm like,
it didn't make me laugh. I'm just talking about Tony Thompson. Didn't make me laugh. It didn't move me. None of that. I think that if he'd have came with a comedy version, a rap hip hop version, and grabs the people and get the people what they need. I put it like this. Did you see the video from the little kid from Iran that was talking about, the political situation that happened and who better watch out? His political rap was better than that. It's just my opinion.
Yeah. And I think over the weekend, Kevin is letting us know that unfortunately Tiger Woods is going to be stepping away from golf.
He should
seek treatment because he got into an accident, right?
He's doing something foolish. That's what he did. And I'm so glad that he at least admits that he needs to step away and get the help. Because as I mentioned last night on the podcast, I know some homies doing some different things can get a ride. Now I know if you can afford a ride, why ain't you getting a ride? You know what I'm saying? No way in the world be driving my. And the crazy part about Tiger shit is that why every time he have a wreck, it's a rollover?
I don't know. I have no clue, but I'm a little nervous because we were all kind of rooting for his comeback. Weren't we rooting for his comeback?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's Tiger. Take his license and make him, if he ain't got an Uber, make him create a new Uber app, the Tiger app. Do whatever. The
Tiger app?
Yeah, the Tiger app. You go on here, you can get a ride, you can get, you can play putt. You can golf, but you can't drive. On the app, you can do everything except drive.
No, but see, that's a shame. That's a shame that it's gonna be like that. And like I said, I'm rude.
What else you gonna do about it, Val? I mean, because 3 times, right? Most people in one situation is deadly, 2 situations is really deadly, but 3, God is got his hands on him, letting him know, son, I still got powerful work for you to do down here, but you are on dental floss. And I don't mean that good dental floss. He on that cheap dental floss that you get from the Dollar Tree.
Dental floss, Dollar Tree dental floss. Is that what we're doing? Oh man,
the dental floss Tiger on it ain't strong. It ain't strong.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Coach, I'm like I said, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm a little sad about some of the things that have happened, but ultimately, what I have to say is,
what you guys say?
If you're gonna be a Black Republican, just own it. It's okay. It's okay.
And what I'm gonna say?
Okay, do your thing. You be you. I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna be over here. I may not be buying your records or going to your concerts, but you be you.
I'm gonna say, if you're gonna be a Black Republican, you might well just hang out with Tiger.
Hang out with Tiger. That's not safe because he's got to get treatment. That's not safe. That's not safe.
They gonna put Tiger on a golf course. They gonna send Tiger ass somewhere that got a golf course. All he gonna do is go play golf every day. Every day. Salads, Greek salads, chicken salads, Italian salad. He goes to eat a lot of salads, a lot of good food, and he can go back and play golf. They're gonna try to bring him back to where he was used to be. I think he needs to be sent away in a treatment facility, really hardcore. Things taken away from him, slaps of reality back into him, and make him understand it's not always all about the money or the situation. Because, for example, very deadly here in the state of Tennessee. Heart goes out. Hold back the tears. A school bus with 24 kids last Thursday in Clarksville, Tennessee, was driving the kids on a field trip. And the bus driver overcorrected going around a curve and ran into a dump truck head on. Killed 2 kids.
Really?
12. So here it is. They didn't get 3 chances. They had 1. And he's gotten 3 chances to get it right. Most of the time, as African Americans, we don't get 3 chances, not in the public eye. But we obviously know he's not on the black side of the public eye, and he's already documented that. So that's why he keeps getting these chances. Ain't nowhere in the world in hell if that was maybe Michael Jordan could talk his damn way out of a ticket, right? But if that was somebody, your normal person, athlete, yeah, look at perfect example. Look at Justin Timberlake. Perfect example. He drove around a damn minivan down in Florida and got pulled over. A white lady, pulls over with him, explains to the police officer who the hell Justin Timberlake is, and the dude like, man, I know who Justin Timberlake is, but he drunk as hell. He going to jail. And what did he do? No matter how hard she pleaded, Justin Timberlake got locked up. And now he's having to work his way out of stuff. Tiger gets that big pass because he's got that tiger on his back, and I respect it. But you got to understand, one of these rollovers is not going to be in a favorable moment. It's going to be deadly.
And if you're that upset and you're getting behind the wheel, you need to not do that and just stay where you are and sleep it off. I feel like,
man, ain't nobody gonna steal his car. Wherever he's at, he can leave his damn car and come back the next morning. I guarantee you.
Yeah, he could get the Uber or something to where and back to the house or something. Because, like I said, there's a lot of people that respect what he has done for the game of golf.
Sure.
They love him, despite I don't know what his political affiliation is. That's not important. But if you need to get the help, and this is a good thing, he did admit, I have an issue. I need to go get treatment. But
sure.
I don't need you out here endangering people by driving with, impaired.
Yeah. And it's crazy. And it's crazy. But you know what he said? Why he didn't want to Uber?
Why?
He refused.
Something wrong with the Uber?
No, because he wanted to protect his privacy, whatever he was doing. That's a dumbass answer.
Well, I can understand you wanting to protect your privacy, but you might just want to
well, stop rolling over in cars if you want to protect your privacy, man. I don't know what you're talking about. If he just had a normal ass ticket at a stop sign for running a stop sign, never made the news. But he making the news because he keep rolling his car over. Come on, man. And you gonna get hurt or you gonna hurt somebody.
And the cars are expensive. So anyway,
yeah,
but we go.
No little Nissan Maxima or something. He rolling over like $200,000 vehicles, man.
Yeah, we moving on.
Right.
Last but not least, I have an article that is out on the website on purelightthousemedia.com about how to record in the field. And it's kind of, I give you some tips on what you should be using. I have been using a very inexpensive, what do you call it, lav microphone, and the sound did not come out that good. And Coach, to find this out in the field while you're recording a podcast is the worst place to do so. So you should be testing your equipment.
Don't do that on the fly. Shit,
you have
to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop cursing. So yes, the thing of it is that with this podcast equipment, you got to test it before you get in the field, and then you got to make sure everything is charged up. And then on top of it, I give some great recommendations of some microphones you could use, because with the podcast that almost didn't see the light of day, it is From Vision to Impact, the Danita E. Patterson, and the Power of Apprenticeship. You go ahead and scan the QR code and check out the podcast. If you have it, if you watch it, if you see it on Spotify, you can watch it and hear my interviews with not only Danita and the apprentices, but you'll hear the sound, and it's a little different. So I'm making it my mission to upgrade the equipment. Coach, when should you upgrade your equipment?
Man, I don't know, because I'm already in an argument right now with Sprint, with T-Mobile.
You talking about your phone?
They bit me. I wake up, I get up in the morning, I'm looking outside like this, trying to see if they're on the corner. They chase a brother to the car and the whole 9 yards. I'm trying to get me.
So My equipment, I'm telling you, you have to upgrade it. And I'm looking to upgrade my cameras. I'm looking to upgrade my sound. The best thing that I made, the best purchase I made was this mic. Your mic was probably one of your best purchases, nice. Right?
Yeah,
your mic sounds nice.
I had a bad mic, but I told you my mic sounds nice.
Exactly. So we have to make sure that we're doing that. So that's my podcasting tip of the day. It's available on purelighthouse.media.com. And of course, check out the podcast where I learned how to podcast in the field, what you need, what you don't need, all the rest of that. Coach, this has been a fun show. I thank you so very much for weighing in on everything. I was feeling nervous, like, oh Lord, we're going to talk about Trump. Oh, we okay. We're okay.
Before we get out of the house, I just want to say, if we didn't recognize Liberty Twitcher, whatever he's talking about, Kimmel's ratings were down, even though he thinks is inevitable he's going to get canceled. I don't know. I don't even know. But we have no idea if that's going to happen. But I feel like because of what Kimmel went through last year and kind of the whole thing being shut down, it was about the streaming. It was him being on certain television stations, which now I think broadcast. I just hate the culture. That's all. I mean, cancel culture. But everything is you're gonna get canceled. You're gonna get canceled. That's why all these damn people is moving to like cable, Val. That's why they're going to like you're talking about the comedy news station. That's why they're going to HBO and Showtime so they can say what they want to say, and it's not syndicate.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are leaving the entirety of cable and regular broadcast. It is you're independent. You do your own thing. That's why I love Roland Martin. He used to be on CNN. Used to be was on MSNBC. He was on one of those. He was on one of those shows, and he left. So he's gone, and he's not doing it anymore. He's like, I'm not being bothered with it whatsoever.
Well, boy, on there anyway. So
no, they got him on there. They just I haven't watched it in a long time, so I can't speak to it. A DJ Saved My Life is the book. Scan the QR code and get your signed copy. You know what? I should do a Holy Week sale. We'll do that. We'll do a Holy Week sale. That's what I'm going to do because it's Holy Week. It's Holy Week. Yes, it is. Go ahead and scan the QR code. I don't know why you laughing at me. I don't know why he laughing at me. Mr. Springer, I don't know why he laughing at me. Where is it? Here we go. Get your copy. And then, of course, it is patreon.com. You want to make sure that you are doing that. The Purple Robe Diaries. You want to get the behind the scenes podcasting tips and more. That's patreon.com/interludes. You can join for free today. And of course, Coach Tony, he's got his own. God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own IG.
Grandma me, yeah. Y'all gotta just type the whole thing in. Get at me at the Pull Up Podcast Show. And I will respond. I've been getting much better than that. What's up, JB? You see JB checking in, talking about, hey. But yeah, get at me on the gram. I've been loving it. Been meeting a lot of, interesting people. And I've been getting a lot of people that's been saying, hey, Coach, I want to be on the show. Like next week, you guys pull up. I told Val I started a new segment on the Pull Up Podcast Show called Diamonds in the Rough for our premier young college kids at our HBCUs, and next week we kick it off with a phenomenal kid in college. So make sure y'all pull up on the show.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing on next week. And yes, Janita, hey, what's up, girl? Oh my gosh. Well, like I said, we want to thank you guys for joining us on tonight. This was I had to pray before we did this show, and because you weren't here at the very beginning, I had to kind of do this by myself. But I pretty much just ran our video from last week, and I looked at my tea and was like,
"Exactly,
talk about it."
I did.
It's a rough situation, but we go ahead and say goodnight. We'll see you guys on next week. Put up the 2 figures, Coach.
Man, Coach Bag. See you out in Phoenix, girl. Appreciate it, but peace.
Peace.
But hell with you. Old school saving this joint around here, Val. These new school, they need to learn.
So I think people are going to learn from these 3.
Oh.
TLC, Salt and Pepper with En Vogue.
Let me tell you something.
It's the iconic, the tour.
The iconic tour
announced it.
with Coach Tony, because I'm putting up on stage. I swear, I'm going to get kicked out somewhere, but I'm going to figure out a way. If I got to get some credentials from media and get back to, hey, girl, what's up? What's going on? Come in, holler at your boy.
I'm gonna need you to not get kicked out. I'm gonna need you to not get kicked off the stage and then kicked out of the concert. There's no